Hello and welcome to day 7 of this year's 2023 Fleet Week. There are loads of manufacturers available today, and because of that, there's just hundreds of NPCs around stealing all my frame rates. Even I'm having a problem. Oh, this is ridiculous. Okay, so today we've got ARGO, TUMBRIL, Origin, Consolidated Outland, and RSI all showing off their ships. There's some new stuff as well. I don't know where the LYNX is. It's going to be somewhere. We'll find it. We'll have a bit of a run around and talk about the ships that are available today. And then we'll look at what's on the RSI website and the sort of prices of some of this new stuff. So we've got a Scorpius. The Scorpius, this is its sort of shut down, closed, landed form. But it's an X-Wing. Two-seater X-Wing. Very, very powerful sort of heavy fighter. And one of the things that the Scorpius does is it has a rail for its turret that can go on to the back. So it can come from the top, and go down the rail, onto the back and point backwards, giving it a huge amount of sort of like coverage. We've got a Mantis over here. So the Mantis was the first ship in game that sort of had the quantum interdiction devices. This can both snare and dampen, so it can pull a ship out of quantum and it can prevent them from going in. Annoying little gnats that you have to deal with. Got an RSI Constellation. Now that's going to be the Aquila, assumedly. So that's the sort of very, very high prestige, luxury Constellation. And Constellations are ships that a small crew want to run together, 4 or 5 people. And they're sort of multi-role, suitable for a lot of stuff, but each have their own sort of more specific function of the variant. So this is more of a luxury one that comes with a P-72 and a LYNX. P-72 being a snubcraft that's detachable and reattachable to the ship, and a LYNX little ground vehicle. And then we've got the, assumedly, this is the Aquila. It is indeed. So this is the exploration variant. Sort of better at scanning and tracking things down and staying out in the verse a bit longer is the idea there. And then we've got, I can't tell the difference between them. We've got the Taurus. So the Taurus is the slightly cut down version, more cargo space, and one of its turrets is cut off, but as I said, more cargo space. And then you've got the Andromeda, which is the sort of standard, slightly more combat-y variant, sort of, with an extra turret compared to the Taurus. And I believe, I think they all come with P-52s and the sort of room for the Ursa rover, except for the Phoenix, which comes with... Did I call it the Phoenix earlier? Did I call it the Constellation of Phoenix, or did I call it something else? Apologies if I called it something else. It's the Constellation of Phoenix. My mind is melted. But yes, so they come with the luxury P-72, sort of slightly different version of the P-52, and the LYNX rover rather than the Ursa rover. Very cool, multi-crew ships. A lot of people will want to start their sort of tours of the verse with them. They're free to mess around with today, so check them out. Oh, lots of people trying to get to the LYNX rover. There's a queue. That's what's going on. So this is the LYNX rover. It's just basically a bit of an upgraded, slightly different Ursa rover. More luxury. Got room for 4 people to sit in. It's got champagne in the back. What have we got here? Oh, we can open up the sort of weapons racks and that sort of jazz. That's pretty cool. Is that opening each of the component bays and computer bay? But yeah, you can sit in the back in luxury while someone drives you around. It's got a couple of assumedly size 1 weapons on a little turret that the co-pilot will use. I think it looks alright. See the turret there on the side, but it goes up on top. The Ursa rover's more, well, it's going to be cheaper, assumedly. I'll have a look on the website in a minute. And it's sort of more practical, right? So you've got your storage and everything, but it's got 4 seats in the back rather than 2. I think I'm going to prefer the Ursa in almost every situation. Unless I'm whining and dining someone. We've got the Scorpius Antares over here. So the Antares, the idea is that it's a quantum dampener and EMP ship. So it gets rid of the turret on top of the normal Scorpius and has a big worry EMP boy instead in the back. Really cool ship. I think it's very powerful. Unfortunately, you have to have the co-pilot, or the turret gunner, as it were, using those EMPs and dampeners. Got the Auroras, got the Aurora LN anyway here. So this is the more combat-y version of the Aurora. It's got 4 weapon mounts and it's got some missiles on top. I'm not a massive fan of the Auroras, but a great start ship for people that want something a bit robust, utilitarian, tanky for a starter ship. Have we checked the whole of the main hall out? I think we have. Yeah, some cool stuff from RSI in the main hall today. Let's run over to the other hall and see what else is available. They are queuing for something over here. Wow, I've never seen so many NPCs in a single place. And I'm surprised I have any frame rate at all. I mean, and they can't be stress testing for this. There's so many. They can't be stress testing for this at the moment. Oh, monsters, your CIG, you're monsters. Hopefully people have been having a good time during Fleet Week and haven't had too many problems. Not too many sort of bugs and 30Ks and stuff like that. 3.19 is a fantastic improvement over the 3.18 build. And 3.19 is so much better. Right, we've got the Mustang Delta. I think it's 2 Mustang Deltas, right? So Mustang Delta, another sort of combat version of a starter ship. The Delta, it's got rocket pods on it. It's sort of its defining feature. It sort of folds down. I like the look of the Mustangs, or at least I don't dislike them. I like them more than the Aurora. I do want a bit of balance between the Aurora and the Mustang. I'm always going to prefer tech and speed. Oh well, unless it's directly if it's a proper combat ship, then maybe I do want something a bit brawlier. Oh, it's a hard decision. When they combine sort of starters and combat ships, it always confuses my brain. So we've got the 325A here, so the Origin 325A, so the more combat variant of the ships. It's supposed to have a multi-missile locking system, so you can lock onto multiple targets and fire a missile at each of them simultaneously, which is how I got sort of very good at Vandal Swarm in the early days. It's changed since then, and even the 300 series itself has had a big update. So I like the look of the ship. In the back, there's sort of like some luxury stuff going on. Sort of, you can. Is it here? Where's the door? Is the door here? Door here? So let's have a go inside. So it's relatively luxurious inside. Oh, come on, let me up. Sort of like got a little bed, and you've got a kitchenette. It's just a nice little living area in the back for the 300 series, and you can get like a coffee machine and food maker and stuff like that for it. I just thought it was can I just walk out, or is it going to suck me back? No, don't. I'm gone. I'll see you later. So then we have the 125A here as well. So this is more of a luxury starter ship, but it's the combat variant, the 125A. So as combat ships go, I think that these are supposed to have quite good speed and sustain. It's supposed to have a good fuel system so that it can keep on sort of like refueling itself pretty well as it goes. That's the idea. It's good intakes. And then we've got some of the TUMBRIL. Are they all just MPUV one piece, or are they different ones? Let's have a look. I think they're all just the personnel carriers. I would have thought we would see them all, just because I would assumedly the UE Navy would use them all. The idea is that you'd use this one to transport players around between a capital ship and like a station, or just like on the same station or on the same capital ship, just move them externally between areas, because obviously some ships can be pretty big. And a bit of lag there. So we have a Polaris. So Polaris is basically a combat corvette, very, very, very sort of powerful torpedo corvette. It's got a little ship bay, so it can take up to sort of like a medium or heavy fighter in there as well. It's going to be great for orgs that want a sort of centerpiece to their fleet, or a group that wants a sort of like main ship to operate out of. Yeah, quite big, very sort of strong militarily. Lots of powerful guns on there and torpedoes. Polaris, don't know when it's coming though. Soon. We've got the Perseus here. So Perseus, I absolutely love. It is a brawler, sort of Corvette-ish sized, and lots and lots of big turrets. When I say lots and lots of big turrets, 2 big turrets on top and bottom to sort of pelt and brawl with enemy corvettes and larger ships and large ships in general. It's got a series of other little turrets on it as well, but I really like the Perseus. It's one of my favourite ships. Very cool pew pew. What have we got here? The TUMBRIL Rangers. Assumedly this is the combat version, the TR version, I believe. Let's have a read of the sign quick to make sure it is the Ranger TRs. So lots of people are apparently trapped in the Hollow Suite today. But the TUMBRIL Rangers, they are wheeled bikes. They're relatively small. They've got the TR versions have got guns on them, pew pew pew. Looking forward to them being implemented in game. I think we're getting a physics rework for ground vehicles before that. Oh, okay, so this is a new vehicle in concept at the moment, the TUMBRIL Storm. I think I had seen someone say they start from $80. We'll check that on the website in a minute. But basically the idea is the TUMBRIL Storm is a single-seater blitz tank. And it's got a energy autocannon, I think. But yeah, so just one operator who's also the driver, also the gunner. I think that's going to be pretty popular because a lot of people are going to want the smaller but still focused combat vehicles. We will do a focused video on that later, but we'll also do a quick look at its sort of price and everything in a minute. And then we have, what are you? So we've got the G12A. So don't know when the G12s are going to be in the game. They are Origin sort of luxury little hybrids between an Ursa and a Cyclone. That's the way I sort of see them. And this one's got a load of missiles. Pew pew pew. Not sure how I feel about some of these ground vehicles. Luxury ones, not so much my cup of tea. But it doesn't have to be yours, or maybe they are yours. I'm interested to know. Let's jump on the website and see what's going on there. So let's take a look at the TUMBRIL stuff first. We've got a load to get through. So we've got the TUMBRIL Storm. Blitz overcrowded battlefields and wipe out enemy artillery with the reimagined Storm assault vehicle. I just suspect they're going to be great at doing general assaults and stuff like that as well. Just the idea of being a fast, relatively powerful, single piloted tank. So what do we have on sale? We've got the Cyclone AA from $80. Yeah. I can see some people being interested in that. A lot of this stuff is pretty cheap to get the ground vehicles in-game. I've got the Cyclone MT, and that's the one with the missile and sort of conventional turret combined. That's from $75. The RN, that turret-equipped. Is it turret-equipped? It says turret-equipped Off-Road Explorer. I don't believe the Cyclone RN has a turret. And correct me if I'm wrong. From $65, the idea is it can drop beacons or be good at scanning, that sort of thing. We've got the TR Cyclone, so just the standard turreted version, $65. Got the Nova tank, $120. As I said, multi-crew, very powerful combat tank. Got the Ranger TR, which is the turreted version of it, or it's got, I say turreted, it's got 2 forward-facing weapons. I'm not sure if they're gambled. I don't believe they are. From $40 there. And we've got the Storm. Storm, $80 price point. I think that's probably all right from $80. And we'll see if there's any other special sort of things going on with it. Actually, let's have a look. Have a real quick look at its sort of sales page. But as I said, we'll be covering this in another video. I really like the way it looks. It is in concept, so it's not flyable yet, not drivable yet. Single seater, pretty small. It's got a size 3 remote weapon on top. Some form of energy autocannon. From $80, ain't too bad. It might even be a bit cheaper wall bond wise. So check that out if you're interested. It's obviously not sort of like the most exciting vehicle in the world, but I like a nice little assault tank. I think it's a good little addition to the game. So, RSI stuff. What have we got? Let's actually click on RSI first. That would help. So we've got the RSI LYNX. I wonder what his price point's going to be. We'll see it in a second. So a lot of people are excited for the Apollo Medivac, or the other variant of it, from $275. It's in concept. It's not in game yet. But if you want to do sort of high tier, sort of hospital-y, doctors clinic-y things, then the Apollo Medivac might be for you. There is something bigger. There is the Hope sort of hospital that you can get with the Endeavour. You can sort of outfit that to be a big hospital ship. But the Apollo Medivac is going to be quite modular. You can sort of choose between how many of what kind of medibed that you want, and all the way up to tier 1. So you can treat the most extreme injuries if you want, and make money while doing it. It's the idea. And you can see these little stretchers as well flying out that can collect people that are in the that are injured or whatever, and bring them back to your ship. Got the triage version. Got the Medivac version. Got the Aurora LN from $40. Actually, the triage version is cheaper, from $250. I forget what the actual difference is in them other than the skin. Please, if someone knows, you can chuck it in the comments below. I've got the Aurora LN from $40. It's a slightly more powerful combat ship than the starter. If you're going to upgrade your starter ship, I would go for an Avenger Titan almost every time. Got those constellations. Constellations, I think they sort of were the gold star, or this sort of the general multi-role, multi-crew mission-running ship back in the day. Sort of one of the first multi-crew ships that we had properly in-game, or at least one of that size. I think they're really cool. There's so many other better options now, in my opinion, like the Mercury Star Runner, or something that's more specifically geared towards your need in-game. But they're generally pretty good multi-role, and then obviously they're slightly more focused at either combat or cargo or exploration or luxury. And if you like them, you like them. Taurus from $190 being the cheapest one there. And I believe the Phoenix will be... Is the Phoenix not... Okay, so it's already sold out. So it will be on sale in various waves, the Phoenix, along with any other ships that are hull limited today. And that will be going on sale again at midnight UTC and then 8 AM UTC. So if you're interested, then check the website out at that time. So you've got the LYNX rover there from $60. It's cool looking. If you're interested in it, great. It's not my cup of tea. As I said, for $20 more, I'd rather have a Blitzy tank. And they've got Mantis from $150. That annoying, but very useful quantum interdictor, quantum snarer ship. Perseus in concept, $675. That's pretty expensive, but it is a cool looking capital sort of fighting ship. It's sort of Corvette size. It says it's a combat frigate. It's not frigate sized. That is incorrect. It's Corvette at most. Got the Polaris. I believe the Polaris is bigger, I believe. It's referred to as a Corvette. That is very torpedo heavy. It's obviously got the hangar. I really like the idea of the Polaris. If I had to choose between the two, I would go for the Perseus, even though it's not as practical for just general mission running. Polaris are very good at combat, very good at mission running, very good at a lot of stuff. From $750 though, very expensive. It's in concept as well. Got the Scorpius. That's very much in-game heavy fighter from $240. It's an X-Wing. We've seen it fold up, and it's got that turret on top for the co-pilot to use. The Antares gets rid of that turret, and it's an EMP slash sort of quantum interdictor, although it only dampens rather than actually snares, so it doesn't pull anyone out. Got the Ursa Rover, $50. Meh. Most ground vehicles I suggest getting in-game because they're pretty cheap to get in-game, and we don't have that much of a reason to use them yet. What else do we have on sale? Origin Jump Works. Lots and lots of ships on sale today. Oh, we've got the 125A, $60. As I said, if I'm going for a starter ship, I'm going for the Avenger Titan. Got the 325A combat version of the 300 series, sort of focusing on, I believe, missiles more than anything else. At least that's what it's supposed to do originally. Cool little combat ship. G12A, that little sort of hybrid 2x2 or 4x4. It's got 4 wheels. I don't know how to say wheels anymore. So yeah, it's a little combat vehicle, sort of hybrid between a TUMBRIL, Cyclone, and that's sort of LYNX, I suppose. I'm not too into it. I'm not a massive fan of just missiles on ground vehicles. That's pretty much it for Origin. Let's have a look at Consolidated Outland. Is it just the Mustang? Just the Mustang Delta. There you go. Mustang Delta, combat version of that starter ship. $65. It's cool as ship. One of my mates absolutely loves it. And we've got ARGO. What we got from ARGO. So are they going to have all the different MPUVs? So you've got the cargo one from $35. The personnel one from $40. I got the SRV, which is in concept, which is that sort of tractor beam tow ship. Really going to be really useful for utility from $150. Hopefully going to get it later this year. Okay, so I wouldn't buy the MPUVs. Just you'll probably get them free with certain ships, and I'd buy them in game because they'd be really cheap in game. I think that might be everything for today. I'm really interested to know what you're interested in trying out in the Expo hall today, what you're potentially going to buy. Did you like the look of that Storm? Or is it something that you're like, not really, not for me? I really like the idea of the Storm. I think it's a cool little blitz tank. We'll talk more about it in another video, though. But yeah, are you enjoying 3.19? Or are the amount of NPCs everywhere causing your sort of computer to explode? Are you thinking this is the best event ever, or has it been a terrible time for you? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day, but give him a NordVPN subscription using nordvpn.com/BoredGamer or the links below, and he'll browse the internet more safely and with greater accessibility for a lifetime, or at least until his subscription ends. He can then shop for his own fish from places like Tesco's, Walmart, or Asda or something. It also makes a fantastic gift. Next time you go to a dinner party or a wedding, bring them a NordVPN subscription. Bam! You'll be the talk of the town, and it's certainly better than bringing a fish. Please remember to like and subscribe, and if you'd like to go further to support the channel, then use that join button under my videos or the Patreon links below. That would be amazing. It goes a long way to helping Zin and I be able to create daily videos, and you'll get some exclusive perks, including some videos, posts, and polls to help guide the channel. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For May, it's for an Origin 400i, the luxury exploration touring ship capable of taking 3 crew to distant stars. It also comes with lifetime insurance and a Star Citizen game package. To be in for a chance of winning that, just comment on any of my videos made during the month. More details down below. Thanks very much for watching. I hope to see you in the verse.